The 2024 CrossFit Games are heading to Fort Worth, Texas. And with the competition fast approaching, we're giving you the top 10 stories on the men's side to keep an eye on as things are shaping up to be the most intense battle to date. Up first, we have the man that finished first at the Games, and it's none other than reigning fittest man on Earth, Jeff Adler. In Fort Worth, Jeff will look to become the fourth man in history to repeat as champion and the first non-American man to do so. His title defense is picking up some steam after he won the North America East semifinal that included 3 other men on this very list. One of the men hoping to stop Adler is the man who was neck and neck with him at the Games last season. Roman Krennikov was only 2 points back of Adler with 2 events remaining when a devastating ankle injury derailed his chances. Roman managed to grit his way to the finish and hold on to a podium spot for the second year in a row, and the performance earned him the coveted Spirit of the Games award as a result. Up next, we have another athlete hoping to return to form after injury, as Australia's Ricky Garrard had his 2023 cut short entirely after a bike crash forced him to have season-ending shoulder surgery. Garrard is no stranger to comebacks after serving a 4-year suspension for banned substance use, and after beating Bailey Martin and Jay Crouch in an epic battle for the top spot at this year's Torium Pro, he's deservedly back in the podium discussion as a threat to win it all. Justin Medeiros has won it all, twice. But after a disappointing season in 2023, Medeiros has set the wheels in motion for a return to top form at the Games in Fort Worth. The 25-year-old two-time champ re-established himself as a title contender by winning the North America West semifinal ahead of past Games podium athletes Patrick Vellner, Brent Fikowski, and Samuel Kwan. Next on our list, we have Brazilian superstar Gui Malheiros, who's hoping his missed qualification in 2023 is nothing more than a blip on the radar. A human highlight reel with the heavyweights in his hand, Gui established himself once again as the CrossFit King of the Barbell by setting a record in the Event 5 snatch ladder at semifinals to secure himself a return trip to the Games in 2024, where he's hoping to recapture the magic of his top 10 finish in 2021. Speaking of returns, Saxon Panchik is returning to the Games this season after an injury forced his withdrawal from semifinals last year. This year, Saxon has the honor of continuing a 13-year qualification streak between him, his older brother Scott, and his twin brother Spencer. Despite their family's well-founded history in the sport, though, Saxon has the potential to break new ground of his own by becoming the first Panchik to make the podium at the Games. For years now, Australia's Jay Crouch has been dubbed the Prince of the Pacific by the community down under, but 2023 marked the first time Crouch truly entered the court of CrossFit Games royalty. Crouch finished 8th overall, and it was just the 6th time since qualification began way back in 2009 that an Australian male was able to crack the top 10 at the Games. Only one man in the CrossFit Games field can lay claim to 3 titles, and that's Dallin Pepper, the most accomplished teenage athlete in CrossFit Games history, having won 3 titles in 3 consecutive years from 2017 to 2019. Last season, he entered the podium discussion after finishing 5th at the Games as an individual, and this year, Pepper was hot on Jeff Adler's heels at semifinals, finishing just 3 points back of the champ. If Dallin Pepper makes his way onto the podium in 2024, he'll be the first former male teenage champion to do so, and if he wins, he could be the first teenage champion ever to replicate the feat in the individual division. Never, ever count Pat Vellner out. The 9-time individual Games qualifier has 5 shiny medals hanging around his neck to prove it. Vellner's resiliency and consistency at the top has been a hallmark of his lengthy career, and it was on full display this season at semifinals as he battled through illness to qualify and have the chance to podium at 3 different CrossFit Games locations. But any distinction will pale in comparison to the one accolade he'll be chasing in Fort Worth that has eluded him, the title of Fittest Man on Earth. Rounding things out for the men, Serbia's Lazar Dukic has been making his case as the new king of Europe, and for the last 3 seasons, he stood atop the podium at a European semifinal. After turning down his first invite to the Games way back in 2019, he finally made his debut in 2021, and has since banked 3 consecutive top 10 finishes. For the second time in their careers, he's joined by his brother Luka at the Games as well, and to fully cement his spot atop the European throne, he'll need to improve upon his career best finish of 8th and be in contention for some hardware, something he's surely capable of given his multiple event wins during his tenure. The 2024 CrossFit Games will take place August 8th through the 11th at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. Head on over to games.crossfit.com for more info.